For every operating system you've ever used, every game we've ever covered on this channel, and every game engine we've ever talked about on this channel, every smartphone in your pocket, every server running the internet, almost all of it tracks back directly or indirectly to one programming language. A language written by one man in a single year inside a research lab in New Jersey. It's called C, or Objective-C. It is the most influential piece of software ever written. This is the story of C, which begins at Bell Telephone Laboratories in Murray Hill, New Jersey, one of the most remarkable research institutions in human history. In the late 1960s, Bell Labs was participating in a massive project called Multics, a collaborative effort to build a powerful multi-user operating system that could serve entire organizations. Multics was ambitious, it was slow, expensive, and complicated beyond practical use. Bell Labs pulled out of the project in 1969, but two of their researchers, Thompson and Dennis Ritchie, have been captivated by the ideas inside Multics. They believed a simpler, faster, cleaner operating system was possible. Thompson found an unused PDP-7 mini computer gathering dust in a corner of the lab, and he started building. He called the new system Unix, but Unix needed a language to write itself in. Needed something more powerful than assembly language, but lean enough to run unlimited hardware. The language didn't exist yet, so Dennis Ritchie built it. Dennis Ritchie was born in 1941 in Bronxville, New York. He studied physics and applied mathematics at Harvard, and he found his way to computing at a time when computers were room-sized machines operated by specialists. He joined Bell Labs in 1967, and there, working alongside Ken Thompson, he began building what would become C. C didn't emerge from nothing. It evolved from an earlier language called B, itself derived from BCPL, through a process of iterative refinement. Ritchie took what worked, stripped away what didn't, and added one feature that would make everything possible: data types. Unlike its predecessors, C allowed programmers to define the kind of data they were working with: integers, characters, pointers, giving the language both the precision of assembly and the readability of a higher level language. In 1972, C was complete. In 1973, Unix was rewritten in C, one of the first operating systems ever written in a single high-level language rather than assembly. This single decision changed the course of computing history forever. An operating system written in C could be moved to different hardware with minimal changes. Before this, software was logged to the machine it was written for. After this, software could travel. In 1978, Ritchie and Thompson's colleague Brian Kenihan co-authored a book with Ritchie called The C Programming Language. It became known simply as K&R for Kenihan and Ritchie. It's one of the most important technical books ever written. K&R didn't just document C, it defined it. The book was precise, elegant, and remarkably concise, 272 pages, that covered an entire programming language completely. It opened with a program so simple it became a universal tradition: printf brackets quote hello, comma, word, you can call the rest hello world. To this day, writing hello world is how every programmer begins learning a new language. The tradition started with K&R. Generations of programmers learned C from this book. Universities worldwide adopted it as their primary programming test. The language it described became the foundation upon which the entire modern software industry was built. For Ezugo Studios audience, the connection between C and gaming is direct and profound. John Carmack, the architect of Doom, Quake, and modern 3D gaming, wrote his early engines primarily in C. The ID Tech 1 engine that powered Doom was written in C. The revolutionary rendering techniques Carmack pioneered, binary space partitioning, portal rendering, were all implemented in C. The Linux kernel, which runs the servers that power every major online game, is written almost entirely in C. The Python interpreter is written in C. The Java virtual machine is written in C. PHP, which powers much of the web, is also written in C. And C's direct descendant, C++, became the dominant language of game development, used in virtually every major game engine: Unreal Engine, ID Tech, Frostbite, Source. When you play any modern game or on any platform, you are interacting with systems built on foundations that Dennis Ritchie laid in 1972. Dennis Ritchie died on October 12th, 2011. 1 week after Steve Jobs died. Jobs' death made global headlines. Tributes poured in from world leaders. Millions mourned publicly. Ritchie's death went largely unnoticed outside the programming community. And yet, the technology Steve Jobs used to build the Macintosh and later the iPhone was built on Unix, which was built with C, which Dennis Ritchie created. Rob Pike, Ritchie's colleague at Bell Labs, wrote, "I don't think the general public understand how much Dennis Ritchie influenced them. If Jobs was visionary, Ritchie was the foundation. The irony is deep and fitting. C was designed to be invisible infrastructure to do its work silently, efficiently, without drawing attention to itself. Dennis Ritchie embodied that philosophy completely. He built the foundation of the digital world, and then he stepped back and let everyone else take the credit. The next time you boot your computer, open a game, send a message, stream a video, remember that somewhere in the chain, buried deep in the infrastructure of everything you are doing, there's code written in C, code that traces back to one man, one lab, 1 year. Dennis Ritchie didn't just write a programming language, he wrote the alphabet of the digital world." I know that this video changed how you see programming, and it also added more to your knowledge base. So like and subscribe and tell us, have you ever written a line in C? See you in the next video.